What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome into the Bulls Report. My name is Patrick Siepman, and coming up on today's show, the latest news and rumors on the Chicago Bulls coming out of Chicago. We got a lot to break down on today's show, but before we dive into it, make sure you guys are subscribed because we are just about 3 weeks away from the NBA trade deadline on February 6th. So rumors, they're going to be flying off the walls over the next couple of weeks. So make sure you guys are subscribed. Don't miss a thing around the Chicago Bulls and hit that sub button. But the new report we're talking about on today's show and why I headlined this video, that Bulls fans got some awful news on a Zach LaVine trade where LaVine is reportedly preparing to be a Bull for the rest of the season. And this was coming in from Casey Johnson, a very well-respected beat reporter for the Chicago Bulls. And whatever Casey says, you have to take it for the truth because he's been right on multiple reports around the Chicago Bulls. And if he's saying LaVine is preparing to be a Bull for the rest of the season, I really doubt he's going to get dealt. And, LaVine's had a great year. 24 points per game, very, very efficient, not only from behind the arc where he's shooting 45.5% from three, but 51.5% from the field. It's been a great year for LaVine, and I think Giddey, playing next to him has just upped his offensive output throughout the year. But obviously the biggest reason in terms of why Zach LaVine will not be traded is his contract. His contract is a doozy, and, for a team to take on, the rest of the $43 million this year. But the kicker is really 2025-26, $45.9 million, and then the player option, which he is obviously going to opt into, at $48.9 million. That's terrible. And plus the 15% trade kicker. So you take these two numbers in 25 and 26, add 15% of that on top of it, which the Bulls would need to pay, not the team trading for LaVine. The Bulls would need to pay that 15%. So I fully understand why the Bulls front office would be hesitant to trade LaVine. But if he's preparing to be a Bull, I just think, we better chalk it up that he will probably be on this team post-trade deadline. But I do think another player on the Bulls, which we'll talk about a little bit, Nikola Vucevic, apparently teams are calling on him. But I do think teams will call on Zach LaVine. I mean, we heard the reports that the Denver Nuggets had conversations around a Bulls, Zach LaVine, Michael Porter Jr. trade, but the Bulls just didn't want to take on any of those expiring contracts that the Nuggets were offering him. And I think the Bulls are probably looking at what LaVine did this season saying, you know what? We'll keep him on the roster. Maybe we try to build around him, and then you trade off guys like Vooch, maybe even a guy like Kobe White. That's probably my sneaky trade candidate for the Chicago Bulls, but I could still see them making moves for like a Torrey Craig, for example, a Javon Carter, these guys that are like the 10th, 11th, 12th guys in the rotation. Just try to show them off this team. Hopefully you get a second-round pick back, but I hope the Bulls make some moves because I just want to see more Modest Bazelis. Get the rookie more minutes. Honestly, I think he should be playing over Patrick Williams at this point, but Billy Donovan refuses to do so. But I think trades will happen. But I'll ask you guys this on Zach LaVine. Are you buying into this report from Casey Johnson? Will Zach LaVine finish the season on the Bulls? Give me a Y for yes or an N for no down below in the comment section. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Now, coming up here in just a second, we're going to talk about the latest Nikola Vucevic Golden State Warriors trade rumors, as apparently the Warriors are very interested in the Bulls center. But before we dive into it, I want to give a massive, massive shout out to today's sponsor, and that is Prize Picks. Now, if you guys download the Prize Picks app today and plug in promo code CLNS, you guys will get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Now, what is Prize Picks? Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action with over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings. Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. That's 1,000 times your cash at Prize Picks. Run your game all season long on Prize Picks. Now, I got a lineup for the Bulls Atlanta Hawks matchup tonight where I'm taking Nikola Vucevic more on 14.5 points. Kobe White, more on his 4.5 assists, and then the Hawks have a ton of injuries tonight, so I think Dyson Daniels will be in his playmaking bag, so I'm going to take the more on his 6 assists versus the Bulls tonight. But whether you want to fade those picks or ride with those picks, just do so at Prize Picks. And if you guys download the Prize Picks app today, plug in that promo code CLNS. You guys will get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Download the app today. Use promo code CLNS. Get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. But massive shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring today's show. Prize Picks, run your game. All right, so the new report coming in from Casey Johnson again is he is saying the Warriors are interested in a Nikola Vucevic trade. And this has been well reported for the past couple of months. And especially with Vuce playing some of the best basketball of his career, the Warriors should be interested. And I actually do think with the Warriors, that Steve Kerr read and react offense they have, where a guy like Vuce could be incredibly effective in that spot. I mean, averaging 20 and 10, very efficient from the field, but also from beyond the arc, which has been the biggest kind of up in his game this season. And, if you think about the Warriors offense here, it all starts with a Steph Curry ball screen. And normally, other teams, they'll blitz it, and then you drop it off to your screen setter, which in this situation, let's say it's Vuce, and then he's playing 4-on-3 attacking down. Vuce has been awesome in that spot this season. He's a great screen setter. Now, we can all, talk about his lapses defensively, which would definitely be an issue with the Warriors. But offensively, I think it makes a lot of sense, and this is what the trade idea I cooked up to help match that $20 million salary that Vuce has. It would be the Bulls landing Kevon Looney, Gary Payton II, and Kyle Anderson. This would pretty much just give the Bulls an outlet to move off Vuce. You're not getting any young players or any draft picks in this trade. This would just be for the Bulls. Get rid of that contract, reset this youth movement, reset this rebuild. But the Warriors interested in him. If I'm Golden State, I'm pulling the trigger on a Vuce trade. I'm not saying this is going to be the needle mover that gets you over the hump and gets you in championship contention, but you got to almost do it for Steph Curry. Like, he doesn't deserve to be playing in the play-in tournament. You at least got to give him a fighter's chance to make the playoffs this season, and maybe Vuce could get him over the top. But I want to close today's show out with this. Shout out to John Greenberg. Great Twitter account if you guys don't follow him. But he tweeted this out after the game, a devastating loss for the Bulls versus the Pelicans, where he said the Bulls are 18-22 after 40 games last season. They were 18-22. The season before, they were 19-21. So the last 3 seasons, 40 games in, the Bulls were 18-22, 18-22, and 19-21. The definition of mid. They are living in NBA purgatory. And actually, Billy Donovan talked about it. He says we don't want to just be just stuck in the middle. But I think the building out part that we have to look at is the totality of our entire team when you're identifying guys that are going to be able to help us maybe get out of the middle and move forward. And I do think that we do have guys on our team, to me, emulate or model a competitiveness that I like and appreciate. The Bulls, the front office, the coaching staff, I don't even blame the players anymore. This organization is a joke. They have no self-awareness whatsoever. In the summer, was saying, what is my nightmare scenario for the Bulls this season? It would be you win enough games where you don't allow yourself to get your own draft pick because it is top 10 protected, the first-round pick. And right now, the Bulls aren't getting it. That pick will go to the San Antonio Spurs, but you're also not good enough to make the playoffs. I have a strong feeling the Bulls, for the 3rd straight season, will be the 9th seed in the Eastern Conference. That is the worst place to be in all of sports, where you're not bad enough to get a top pick, and especially in a stacked draft class like this with guys like Ace Bailey, Cooper Flagg, Nolan Traore. Like, there are blue-chip prospects in this year's draft, and the Bulls aren't going to give them any chance to land those guys. It is just the same old with the Bulls. So I'll toss this question your way here. Are the Bulls the biggest joke in the NBA? I probably should have put all of sports here, but type 1 for yes, type 0 for no. I expect to see a whole lot of ones down below in the comment section. But you guys let me know your thoughts. Are the Bulls the biggest joke in the NBA? Now, if you guys could, also give me a follow on Twitter. @PatSeeps is the Twitter handle. If you guys give me a follow over there, I'll give you guys a follow right back. But see you guys next time. As always, go Bulls.